Good evening. This is Akashvani. I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Supreme Court sets up 3-member committee comprising former women High Court judges to focus on relief and rehabilitation in violence-affected Manipur. Also forms 42 SITs to probe cases of violence. Punjab and Haryana High Court stays demolition drive in clashes hit new district of Haryana. Parliament passes Mediation Bill 2023 to reduce pendency of court cases. Discussion underway on GNCT of Delhi Amendment Bill 2023 in Rajya Sabha. Oil prices surged to highest levels since mid-April after Saudi Arabia and Russia pledged to extend supply cuts. In Italy, over 600 people evacuated in Sardinia as huge fires continue to blaze. And in hockey, India facing South Korea in Asian Champions Trophy in Chennai. The Supreme Court announced today the setting up of a 3-member committee comprising ex-women High Court judges and 42 special investigation teams in relation to the Manipur violence cases to restore a sense of faith in the rule of law and build a sense of confidence. Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud said the committee will extend its purview beyond the ongoing investigation, focusing on diverse aspects of humanitarian nature. It will be a broad-based committee looking at things including relief, remedial and rehabilitation measures and restoration of homes and places of worship. A report.
The 3-member panel will be headed by former Chief Justice of Jammu and Kashmir High Court, Geeta Mittal, and comprise former Bombay High Court Judge Shalini Phansalkar Joshi and former Delhi High Court Judge Justice Asha Menon. The Supreme Court also announced 42 Special Investigation Teams or SITs to probe cases of violence in Manipur. The Apex Court bench, which also comprised Justices J.B. Pardiwala and Manoj Mishra, said that these will be led by Deputy Inspector General rank officers from various states, with each overseeing 6 SITs. As regards the investigation, the court said that it will add one more layer of security by appointing one officer to oversee the CBI investigation, who will be reporting back to the court. The Chief Justice of India informed that former police officer Dattatreya Datta Patsalgikar will assume the role of monitoring the investigation. This is Saira Mushtaba for Akashvani News.
The Punjab and Haryana High Court today took suo cognizance and stayed the demolition drive conducted in the Nuh district of Haryana following communal clashes that erupted in the city recently. The advocate appearing for the victims in the matter said the court stayed the demolition until further orders while issuing notice to the state government. It is alleged that the demolition drive to raise the alleged illegal constructions has been ongoing in Nuh since August the 3rd. The authorities have reportedly demolished several illegal shanties, temporary shops and certain concrete structures. The Parliament has passed the Mediation Bill 2023 with the Lok Sabha giving its assent to the bill today. The Rajya Sabha had cleared it on the 1st of this month. The bill requires persons to try to settle civil or commercial disputes through mediation before approaching any court or tribunal. A party may withdraw from mediation after 2 mediation sessions. The mediation process must be completed within 180 days, which may be extended by another 180 days by the parties. The bill provides for the setting up of the Mediation Council of India. Its functions will include registering mediators and recognizing mediation service providers and mediation institutes. Replying to the discussion on the bill, Minister for Law and Justice Arjun Ram Meghwal said the government brought the bill so that the problems of people, especially the poor, are solved. He said nearly 70,000 cases are pending in the Supreme Court, 60 lakh cases in high courts, and 4 crore in district and subordinate courts. The minister said the government has given priority to reduce the pendency of cases in the courts. He said the bill will boost the ease of living and it will be cost-effective. Subhash Baharia and Virendra Singh Mast of BJP, Maluk Nagar of BSP and N. Redappa of YSRCP spoke on the bill. The Lok Sabha today passed the Digital Personal Data Protection Bill 2023 amid noisy scenes. The bill has provisions for processing of digital personal data in a manner that recognizes both the right of individuals to protect their personal data and the need to process such personal data for lawful purposes. According to the bill, a person may process the personal data of an individual for a lawful purpose on the basis of their consent and for certain legitimate uses. The bill has a provision to set up the Data Protection Board of India. The board, on receipt of an intimation of personal data breach, will inquire the matter and impose penalty. According to the bill, a penalty of 250 crore rupees can be imposed in case of breach in observing the obligation of data fiduciary of personal data. Moving the bill, Electronics and Information Technology Minister Ashwini Vaishnav said the legislation is intended to protect the digital personal data of 140 crore Indians. He said the bill has provisions of storage, limitation of personal data, reasonable safeguard of data, and principle of accountability with regards to data. The Lok Sabha also passed the Pharmacy Amendment Bill 2023. The bill will amend the Pharmacy Act 1948. The bill has a special provision relating to persons registered or qualified under Jammu and Kashmir Pharmacy Act 2021. It states that any person whose name has been entered in the Register of Pharmacists maintained under the Jammu and Kashmir Pharmacy Act or possesses qualification prescribed under the Act shall be deemed to have entered the Register of Pharmacists. The Lok Sabha also passed the Anusandhan National Research Foundation Bill 2023. The bill seeks to establish the Anusandhan National Research Foundation to provide high-level strategic direction for research, innovation and entrepreneurship in the fields of natural sciences, including mathematical sciences, engineering and technology, environmental and earth sciences. Home Minister Amit Shah is replying to the discussion in the Rajya Sabha on the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2023. The bill seeks to amend the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act 1991. It empowers the central government to make rules in connection with the affairs of the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi, including the functions, terms and other conditions of service of officers and employees. Home Minister Amit Shah said the aim of this bill is to make a corruption-free administration in Delhi. The bill does not violate the order of the Supreme Court of India. Mr. Shah said Delhi was governed by BJP Congress before 2015, but there was never confrontation with the centre. Initiating the discussion on the bill, Congress leader Abhishek Manu Singhvi opposed the bill. He said this legislation undermines the authority of the Chief Minister of Delhi. He alleged that the centre is trying to run Delhi through the National Capital Civil Service Authority. He described the bill as unconstitutional and anti-democratic. Opposing the bill, Raghav Chadha of Aam Aadmi Party said it is an insult to the Constitution and the judgment of the Supreme Court. He said it is intended to give all power to Delhi Lieutenant Governor. He said it was BJP and its veteran leaders, including former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee and former Deputy Prime Minister L.K. Advani, who had talked about giving full statehood to Delhi, but now the same BJP is snatching the power of the Delhi government. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's membership of the Lok Sabha was restored today. The Lok Sabha Secretariat took the decision after the Supreme Court stayed Mr. Gandhi's conviction in a criminal defamation case. He was disqualified from the Lok Sabha in March this year. Mr. Gandhi is a Lok Sabha member from Wayanad constituency in Kerala. Soon after Mr. Gandhi's membership was restored, he offered floral tributes at Mahatma Gandhi's statue in Parliament House complex. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said Vocal for Local has become a mass movement which has given a new impetus to the textiles sector. Addressing the 9th National Handloom Day celebrations in New Delhi today, Mr. Modi said the schemes that have been initiated in the sector bring justice to weavers and artisans. Mr. Modi said the government is giving loans without guarantee and providing raw material for handloom weavers at discounted rates to promote the handloom industry. The Prime Minister urged people to popularize local products.
वोकल फॉर लोकल की भावना के साथ देशवासी स्वदेशी उत्पादों को हाथों हाथ खरीद रहे हैं। ये एक जन आंदोलन बन गया है और मैं सभी देशवासियों से एक बार फिर कहूंगा, आने वाले दिनों में रक्षाबंधन का पर्व आने वाला है, गणेश उत्सव आ रहा है, दशहरा, दीपावली, दुर्गा पूजा, इन पर्वों पर हमें अपने स्वदेशी के संकल्प को दोहराना ही है।
Mr. Modi launched the e-portal of Bharatiya Vastra Evam Shilp Kosh, a repository of textiles and crafts that has been developed by the National Institute of Fashion Technology. Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft's journey around the moon continues with all systems functioning normally. ISRO has released stunning images of the moon captured by Chandrayaan-3 after its successful lunar orbit insertion on August the 5th. The next lunar-bound orbit maneuver is scheduled on Wednesday between 1300 and 1400 hours. The health of the spacecraft is being continuously monitored from the Mission Operations Complex at ISRO Telemetry, Tracking and Command Network in Bengaluru. In its 40-day journey starting from its launch on July the 14th, the spacecraft is now placed in an elliptical orbit around the moon. A series of maneuvers are planned between August 9th and 17th, after which Chandrayaan-3 will be placed in a 100-kilometer circular orbit. The Vikram lander is expected to detach from the orbiter and soft land on the surface of the moon on August the 23rd. In Jammu and Kashmir, a self-styled divisional commander of Hizbul Mujahideen was killed along with his bodyguard as security forces foiled an infiltration attempt and a conspiracy by the proscribed outfit to revive its activities in frontier Poonch district today. The body of Hizbul commander Munassar Hussain was retrieved, while that of his bodyguard was still lying near the line of control in Degwar sector of Poonch district. Oil prices today surged to their highest levels since mid-April after top producers Saudi Arabia and Russia pledged to extend supply cuts through September, further tightening supplies. In intraday trade, Brent crude was trading at $85.34 per barrel. West Texas Intermediate crude price was at $81.92 per barrel when reports last came in. Several factors have underpinned prices in recent weeks, including expectations of U.S. interest rate hikes tapering off and a reduction in OPEC Plus supplies. It is further supported by hopes of stimulus boosting oil demand recovery in the world's top crude importer, China, after a dismal second quarter. We spoke to economic expert Shishir Sinha.
Saudi Arabia and Russia both have decided to extend the production cut as well as the cut in the export for one more month. This decision is having an impact on overall crude prices. Expectation is that the prices will go further. Since we all know that we import almost two-thirds of our requirement from various countries, any kind of change in the prices globally will have impact on the crude procurement prices for us. So as on date, Indian basket has already crossed $87 a barrel. That is not a good sign considering the inflation which is picking up, and any change in the crude prices will also have impact on the overall price for the fuel.
In Italy, over 600 people have been evacuated as a precaution in Sardinia as huge fires made worse by strong winds have been blazing in the northern and southern parts of the island. ANSA news agency quoting local media reported that among the blazes, a major fire was burning in the municipality of Posada in the northeastern province of Nuoro in Sardinia. It caused a serious situation where winds were pushing flames towards nearby coastal villages popular with tourists. In Asian Champions Trophy hockey, India-South Korea match is now underway in Chennai. India scored an early goal to lead 1-0. South Korea soon equalized 1-1. After a few minutes, when reports last came in, India were leading 2-1. Earlier, Malaysia defeated Japan 3-1 today in Chennai, while Pakistan beat China 2-1. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Supreme Court sets up 3-member committee comprising former women High Court judges to focus on relief and rehabilitation in violence-affected Manipur, also forms 42 SITs to probe cases of violence. Punjab and Haryana High Court stays demolition drive in clashes hit Nuh district of Haryana. Parliament passes Mediation Bill 2023 to reduce pendency of court cases. Discussion underway on GNCT of Delhi Amendment Bill 2023 in Rajya Sabha. Oil prices surged to highest levels since mid-April after Saudi Arabia and Russia pledged to extend supply cuts. In Italy, over 600 people evacuated in Sardinia as huge fires continue to blaze. And in hockey, India facing South Korea in Asian Champions Trophy in Chennai. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.